Actually, CRISPR babies. No,
You need to take this
no.
away from me because I like.
Wonderful note for us to start on. So hi everybody.
Oh shit. Designer babies.
Yeah,
that is the theme of today.
Yeah, the Chinese were right.
You can 3D print a car. You can 3D print a baby. Welcome to 2020. Right?
Oh,
Welcome in. We are
it's a hard cut.
Vampires and Vitae / Wizards and Wine, but today
/NPR.
we are hanging out over on the Pop Culture Cosmos YouTube page. Hi, Pop Culture Cosmos.
Oh
It's
whoa,
good to
my
see
my
you.
hand goes. Hello. It's like
Okay,
portals.
so what we have been doing is we have a few different games from. What are you doing?
He's doing the portal thing. Right?
Oh, a portal thing?
Well, because of the camera, so I can punch Sean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not nice.
It's portaling.
Okay, so
Turtle.
what we are doing is.
Being off the rails.
Do I really? I don't know that I have microphone levels.
Yes. You're good.
There you go.
There.
You might have a.
Nope.
I think your XLR's loose.
That's my wife you're speaking about.
Hey man, you married her.
What's wrong with your wife? What
Hello.
about XLRs?
There,
or-
that's better.
No, loose
Okay.
wire.
All right, that makes a little bit more sense in my
Oh,
head.
hi.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi. Oh my
Hi,
God.
John.
Thankfully, we haven't said anything at all in the first 2 minutes of this broadcast.
CRISPR
We are usually Vampires and Vitae at this particular time, but we've got about 4, maybe 5 more weeks before we're ready to jump into our brand new season with some information about that coming over the next couple of weeks. So once we have some more details nailed down, we'll start sharing that information. We're all very excited
There's
about
definitely going to be 3 train cars to start off with.
Without a doubt.
Without
Sean,
a doubt,
Sean, why don't you go
100%.
ahead
This
and
is our
get that
promise to
started?
you right now.
If there's
3
nothing
train
else,
cars.
if there's nothing else in season
That
3,
is it.
There will be
There will be
3
3 train cars on episode 1. To
Come hell or high
like
water.
This big.
You might do that, dude.
Okay, so we are playing Vaesen.
Sorry, Sean.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Vaesen. I have had a lot of fun with this book. I've really enjoyed it.
It's
Plus,
fun. It's fun.
yeah, it is. It's a good system. And if I was going to run a long-term campaign in this, I think that it would absolutely be a lot of fun. And
Yeah, and there's so much stuff in these books.
yeah,
that
there's
you, like,
tons.
yeah, doing like kind of because we're like doing like dungeon crawling kind of basically with a little bit of
Yeah.
role play.
Yeah.
But there are so like many detailed footnotes in
Yeah.
these books. It
And
is really good.
the detail too on like how to build your own campaign and all of that stuff. The detail in what you need to put together to make that happen and to run a successful campaign in Vaesen is incredibly detailed and incredibly well laid out. So I honestly, after playing the game that we have for the last couple of weeks, I know it's been very scaled back, but highly recommend.
Yeah, I would say that
Highly recommend.
just also recommend, but I would say if you're looking for a D&D clone, I don't think this is your guy, because you're not going to be sitting there bringing down comets on a demon's head. You know,
Right, but
like-
if you are looking to break away from Wizards of the Coast,
Yes,
Yeah.
you know,
If you want
Freely
something a little
Publishing has some
more-
good offerings.
I almost want to say more grounded
Yeah.
in a really weird way. It's
Sure.
it's a high fantasy game, but there's a level of groundedness to it, relying more on the human aspect.
Yeah,
and, like
and
the fear, and because like you said, you're not fighting demons in the third circle of hell and
Right.
being like, this is dope. It's more like that guy's face is backwards, and now I
Yeah,
can't
right.
move.
Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah.
No, I hate my firstborn for some reason.
Yeah.
Another thing that might be difficult for someone who has only lived in the D&D world and is moving into different gaming systems is there's no AC, there's no hit points, nothing like that with the creatures, the Vaesen that you do come into contact with. So that's not at all how combat happens. And we should, I believe, have a little bit of combat today. And I think I understand how it goes. Guaranteed we're going to refer to the book. So that's another part of what I really wanted these let's try this game out things to be, because I wanted it to be an accurate example of what it would actually be like if you picked up this book and wanted to run something next weekend with your table.
Sure.
You know, like there's going to be questions that you hadn't thought about as a DM when coming from your players, and there's players are going to have questions. You don't obviously have a brain full of the information yet. So I wanted that to be reflected in what we were doing. So
Yeah, if one of our characters was randomly optimized, it was completely accidental. So, like,
yeah,
that's
yeah, all right. Like my big move is I have a nice dog. That's my big move.
yeah.
My weapon's a chair.
Yep. There you go.
Yes. Okay. Also, so Nordic horror is what we're dealing with. They do have the game that we're playing is actually in the Vaesen core book. There are some trigger warnings on the very first page, and we did run into a lot of some of those trigger warnings seemingly out of the blue.
It gets pretty dark pretty quick.
It does,
It is
yeah.
not for the faint of heart. There's,
Yeah.
there is,
Detailed physical abuse.
a lot of, which we lightheartedly try to escape.
Yeah,
Because,
tried to kind of scoot around. So we're
domestic violence. There's, I'm pretty sure there's like cannibalism and there's
And oddly enough, when it comes to personal horror, I think that you're going to have a hard time creating personal horror in your group without being horrific to some degree.
yeah.
So
And
if-
there's also a lot of body horror.
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff
So
like
if that maybe isn't anyone's take at the table, like if that really hits somebody justifiably so, maybe not the right game for you guys.
Well, no, and I mean also, you have don't forget you have all of your safety things that are in place as well. Like you have your X cards that you can activate. You've got the veil that you can activate. So if anybody is getting uncomfortable, you can just say veil or fade to black, and that's what happens with the scene. It just fades out and you move on.
Oh, absolutely.
If you get an X card, it just means that everything stops. We take a 5-minute break. We talk about what happened, and then we come back into the game after that event. So there are a lot of things explained in the book on how to deal with those kind of situations and stuff like that too. So they've been very thoughtful and very intentional with how they've done stuff in the book, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
So.
especially with sensitive subject matter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you even
For
start
sure.
going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they've been by far their due diligence. I'm just saying that I think it lands more in the realm of like Cthulhu, like walking with horror.
It's like it's like Brave meets Saw. It's whatever.
Sure. Yeah. A little bit.
All right.
I dig it. I mean, like you got me as a fan, but
So because we have physical copies of this book and we also have a digital copy, and I figure we're going to go into combat today, I did print off some of the stuff that are like typical slow actions and typical fast actions, so you guys can have a look at that stuff without needing me to assist with that. It's just reference for the table. The rest of the stuff was just some quick reference stuff that I had printed off. So I just wanted for everybody to be able to have access to that. So
Okay, so they're basically it's very similar to D&D. It's fast actions are kind of like
reloading a gun.
draw a weapon, turn around, close a door, object interactions basically,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Shouting a few words. Long actions.
long
What do they
action
call
is
it?
shouting more than a couple of words,
Yeah,
firing of all of your weapons,
Some kind of-
reloading,
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Performing a ritual,
Lining up your knuckle dusters.
Or that too.
climbing a wall. Okay.
Fair's enough.
Yeah.
It's like actions, bonus actions, basically.
Uh,
Okay, I gotcha.
But before we get too started, Robbie, can you just fix that camera for me? You just knocked it off of the.
Yep. Go ahead. Keep
Sorry.
on going.
Okay. So I just wanted to kind of go over what we had happened last time because Tyler wasn't here and we
Hello.
had Roger at the table.
I
So,
was in Florida. My bad.
oh, how dare you go on vacation, sir? Like you deserve a vacation. I'm just kidding, of course. Okay, so we got Robbie's character to the inn. So we did that with your butler back at the headquarters, giving.
And that nice ghost lady. She was very kind. to me.
Yes, he spent some time with the ghost nun that lives in your basement library, and she gave him enough information to get him to the Witch Cat Inn, so we could get him into the fold. Tyler, your character, did we leave him on the second floor or did we move him down to the first?
He was looking for clues to help us, and that apparently wasn't where the ghosties were.
Okay.
Last thing I remember physically being here doing was going through the bedroom, and finding the diary, and then
Yeah.
reading about a woman being punched repeatedly by her husband.
Yeah, it was bad news
And
bears.
then I went on vacation. It was
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, enough of that. But no, so because of your actions, you did manage to create a couple of things that were really helpful to the table last week because
You're
we found
welcome.
Nora's occult library, like the books that were in her room. That actually was very helpful, particularly for Roger's character last week as an occultist. So he was able to learn a little bit about the suspected entity that you guys are dealing with, which you uncovered last week. So you now know that you're more than likely facing off against a revenant. let me think of what else. Everybody, do you remember when everybody went to sleep in the dining room of the bar?
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Right.
they were quite twitchy.
There was the guy that like disappeared shortly afterwards.
Yep. And the bodies started to move towards the end of the session last week.
Can I pull out my gun?
And yeah, and that was funny because you weren't here, and I think you're the only one with a bang bang.
Yeah,
I've
you're
got a
playing
rifle.
officer, right?
Seems-
I've got a rifle and a saber. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All hit shit pretty good.
you guys are now outside in the root cellar is not attached to the house. It's actually outside. You've got to go down some stairs.
Can I get names again? Sorry.
Yep.
I am Clayton Pierce.
Clayton. Oh, Clayton. And
Doc.
Doc. That's right. That's the one I remember quite easily. I mean, you've helped me with one or two skin knees. So, and
Just think of Tarzan.
yeah, my name is Baggin
Clayton.
Hobbs.
Bag and hops.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing a tramp. I figured that was all the way across the boards.
Fair enough. And Roger's character, who's going to be out of play today, was Beaumont.
Named
So
after his
do that.
grandson.
Okay, so as we left off, you guys were all standing in the root cellar, and you had just spotted that there was a skeletal finger kind of sticking out of the wall, because it's just like a dirt-packed room. And there's a skeletal finger sticking out of the wall, and that was pretty much exactly where we ended on. But I think that you guys have probably run into like a dead body or two before in all stages of decompose. So I don't think that finding a skeletal finger is going to initiate a fear check.
I feel
don't
like
think that
I
we
could
need to
see
do
that right now.
We do like the
Yeah.
Doritos check on it.
Yeah. Yeah, if
No,
you
I
want.
go, bully. Put that down. That's not a chew toy.
One thing you don't know about my character, because oddly enough, the first time we played in this campaign together, most of my points are actually put into the sounds.
Gotcha.
I have a very
And he has a candle on his head
Yep.
that never goes out.
Yeah.
Nice.
A
Steel,
vault.
steel
A vault.
fucking trap.
That's why he does all of our recaps in
Yeah.
Vampires and Vitae.
Bullet.
Two pauldrons over his shoulders that are actually shovels that are bent over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Tall box figure. Usually wears a hood over his face.
all sound quite attractive. I don't
Doesn't
know why
get
I
too
don't
close to anybody because there's a Vaesen following him that kills anyone he's ever loved. So there's a good family and a milkmaid waiting for him.
there is.
Jesus Christ.
Anything
What?
else?
What's her name?
Right.
Clayton.
She's quite burly. I'll tell you what. I don't know. I don't know what's underneath that dress she's by on
It's
cast.
just me.
That's great. Okay.
Okay. Well, if there is a bony finger in the wall,
Leave it be.
well,
Leave
you're
it be.
You're the groundskeeper, and you think maybe you want to take a poke around, maybe?
Well, I mean, are you just trying to get? I can dig it out if that's what they're looking to do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. How much do I know about revenants?
We're all down there?
Yeah, everybody's in the room.
Like, is this a lich situation? Do I need like?
Yeah,
do I need their body?
It's not a lich situation. They're just they are specters. Well, I guess I could look it up and actually give you the correct information instead of just going off of what I think I know about revenants in my head. That would be
Doc
Good
inspects
place
the
to start.
finger.
Yep.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Is there a heartbeat? Can he be saved?
it's gone necrotic.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's the woodwife. So I need to go this way. The revenant. Okay, so
Because all I know from revenants is from mostly Dungeons and Dragons. Which,
it's a little bit different.
yeah, because
Yeah.
if you kill them, they turn into ash, and then they reconstitute.
Yeah.
And basically something like a, I wanted to say olfactory. That is a mouth. Or that's a nose. The what do liches have? The phylactery.
Phylactery.
yeah.
Ah, there
Where they
was.
keep
I,
their
I was like, where the hell's he going with that?
Yeah, it was
that
close.
It was. It was.
was close.
It was in the same park.
Okay, so here are the things that like somebody rolled for this last week, so you do know this information. You do know that revenants can inhabit human bodies. You do know that they are the undead spirit of evil humans, full of hatred for mankind and an urge to frighten, harm, and kill. Usually wants to torment a family or people that it used to loathe back when it was still human. They're usually invisible but can appear as monstrous figures with sharp teeth and claws. Sometimes they are just like a black as night kind of shape that you can see. And they would be like seven. They would be several meters tall when they showed up in that form. It's 100% meant to terrify. And
Well, you do hear the sound of a shovel going
I
into cold
think
earth.
that there was something too in the occult books that told you how to get rid of a revenant.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that
hearing
nice
Yeah.
nun lady said something about consecrations.
A consecrated grave. What was it?
Well, honestly,
'Cause
I'm
I
just
was-
happy I said it kind of correctly.
Because
So,
I
consecrations.
was thinking if Revenant is tormenting this area, if we just killed the husband, does this go away?
Can we do that?
just hear me.
I mean,
out.
like, did it have like a return of address on the
Really?
binder?
Well, based off of the diary, I mean, the guy's kind of a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
Fair.
my question, I'm not saying we do it.
I don't care what we
Say.
do, but let's go.
Shovel.
All right, well, first let's dig out. I want to see
Yep.
what's behind the
Shovel.
I mean, I got five
While-
physique.
While we're here,
Like,
And so you're going to start to.
yeah, my entire job is to shovel in normal life. So, I mean, pretty good shoveling.
Doc sits down on his chair.
Yeah. Just
Actually,
watching.
I'm old, man.
Yeah. Oh,
just
I
gnawing
get
on a carrot.
it.
Nuts.
Does Bully have any,
Economics.
like, is he catching any weird vibes?
No.
All right.
But I will take from you just a physique check just to see how we do here.
Just physique, nothing
Just
else?
physique, nothing else.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do
I don't think
five.
anything else makes sense. So we'll just take a physique check.
I mean, I'm saying that it also should have close combat because I'm attacking the ground with my shovels.
Yeah, right.
Never seen somebody shovel so aggressively.
I growl at the shovels. No sixes. I'm
No
a shit
sixes.
shoveler.
Okay. So
Compact dirt.
yeah. So as you start to kind of chisel into this dirt wall, it's actually packed a lot tighter than you expected it to be. It's very evident that as the inn has grown and demand for the food and places to store stuff has also grown. So this root cellar at one point was actually 4 feet more shallow than it is currently. So they've managed to dig down, but as they've dug down, they've kind of reinforced the wooden walls a little bit.
Kind of try to take out my crowbars and use it as a pickaxe to try to break some of
Sure.
this shit up.
Yeah.
I shoot it with my musket.
All right, well, that would be useful.
Everybody's just like,
So I can use the bonus of the crowbar to use a specific add to my dice pools.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
I'm just talking to Doc now. If I got a rifle, you see, we just pop them once.
Just hate
Maybe
this
it all
guy.
goes away.
Yeah.
do I have any like sedation in my bag?
Yep, I got one, I got two, I got
Did-
three
got three?
motherfucking sixes.
Okay, perfect.
Did you pick a weak horse or a strong poison?
Yeah.
This is very
Yeah,
important.
right, yeah.
All right.
I would imagine you would have some kind of sedation.
I think I didn't take the horse.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you.
Oh, I slathered my bullet
sorry.
in this poison.
Yeah.
The accent.
Well, I was just gonna
accent
sedate him
poison.
a little bit. He seems a little fucking up here.
Yeah. Well, I'm chopping away at these roots.
Okay, yep. And you actually managed to get the majority of what you see now as a skeleton kind of uncovered. It's like it's not standing vertically in the wall, so like it's a skeleton standing there looking at you. It's in repose. It's laying. So you're digging in like sideways.
Yeah, that's what's
Does that
taking
make
so long.
sense?
Yep, I'll get
Okay.
you.
All right.
I do take out my paintbrush and try to look all. And I put up my little spectacles as well
course
as I
you
do
do.
the more fragile
Are you
works.
mole from Atlantis?
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no glass in that spectacle.
Essentially.
No, there is not. There actually is. It's just a.
It's a wire.
It's just
Copper
that's
tube.
exactly
It's a
true.
paper clip that
Yeah,
he
it's just yeah, it just
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta be with the fancy folks, so I'll just they seem to wear
It's a
these.
clothes hanger, man.
What?
As you guys have been working away and literally chiseling away at
Yep.
this dirt wall, and you've gotten the majority of the skeleton cleared out, I would like Doc to give me a
Time of death.
approximately 50 years prior. But give me a vigilance and logic
Oh,
check,
shit.
please.
Damn.
And the reason why I'm not giving it to Clayton is because you are very fixated on talking about shooting this man.
It's an option. I might shoot him even if we get rid of the revenant.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I got 1-6.
One
I'm gonna
six.
put a sign that says under new management.
1-6. Hey, you won. In this game, that's huge.
Yeah. You hear a lot of footsteps, but not regular walking footsteps. The footsteps don't seem quite right.
Like thumpy.
Is it like
They're-
a skittering or a
they're-
skedaddling?
They're a little skedaddle, a little skittering, kind of
Is it off tempo? Like it's a lean?
yeah. There's
So what
definitely
you're saying is
a-
their gate is habitage.
yeah. The it's not a,
Slapdash.
it's not a good gate for the approach that you're hearing, but you do hear.
Would you
quite a-
call it sauntering?
No, it wouldn't be considered sauntering.
Now, where we're at right now,
Mhm.
I'm assuming stairs.
Yep.
that
Yeah, and there's
way,
not a lot of stairs. There's only like 3 or 4 stairs that
then-
bring you down to the door.
But we don't have any exit, so like we're staring at a wall.
That's right.
Okay.
So you're hearing these footsteps coming through the open door behind you.
Ooh.
Shit.
Does
Anybody else here?
Yeah.
my dog? He's a hunting dog. He literally can be used for sussing out that kind of stuff.
Okay, let's see what
So
Doc's
Doc-
gonna do first.
Jumps up, kicks the chair out, grabs his musket, pulls it, and is like, steps that way.
I would probably immediately pull out my rifle.
Yep. So we're-
yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, I'm pointing it right
God,
down.
I hope it's the husband.
Well, as you guys both have guns, you see me turn around with a crowbar. And
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, if it is the husband, I am shooting.
I will put in my. I do have deckle nesters, so I will put on
Sorry, I thought you were a
Susan
deer.
and Velma.
Do the Dick Cheney defense. You know?
In Velma. Okay, perfect. So, you guys, your attention has shifted now from revealing this skeleton in the wall to whatever it is that's coming your way. And the first set of feet that you see, they are corporeal feet. They're not wispy or or anything like that. They're like real. They're not
No
ghosts, is what I'm
wispy
trying to
skedaddles
say.
around here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Skedaddles. You've been
I know.
holding on that for a while.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a good.
It's
verb.
not a bad one.
So, as this person comes down the steps, you guys do recognize them as one of the patrons who were put to sleep inside of the Cat Witch Inn, or is it Witch Cat Inn? I think it's Witch Cat.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
Witch
way?
Cat. Right.
Are they zombie walking? Like,
Essentially, yes, but they are alive.
Wait, what?
They've just been put to sleep. They're
They're
under
sleepwalking?
control.
Are they
Yeah,
So we can't shoot
they're
him in the
sleepwalking,
face?
yeah.
Doc, who's that?
How many of them?
You can see one right now, but you did hear multiple feet. Multiple sets of steps.
God, this is back in the day that like breaking someone's ankle would be like ruin their life.
Sedation. What's in my bag?
Well,
Well, yeah, you have definitely some kind of. I mean, I'm even happy to give you like chloroform.
Oh, we better do this manual.
I take it.
That's fun.
Yeah, I want to rifle through my bag looking for stuff.
The
What's-
chloroform and a
Doc,
rag.
Chloroform and,
Doc,
and
what are you
rags.
looking for? As I'm like tapping the.
Hey there, buddy. Well, why don't you just stay in that doorway?
Those look like real people. They may not be really dead.
So what you gonna do with that little rag?
We're just gonna put them out. This is night juice.
Oh, that
Nice.
does what this does. Great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
so
Well, yeah.
okay,
I mean,
so in this game, initiative is done by card. This is just a regular deck of playing cards. There are Vaesen specific cards that you can get if you do want to invest in the game, which I highly recommend. It's all good stuff. So,
I
I'm
think they also have
just,
their own dice too.
yeah. I think Forbidden Lands also has their
Yeah,
specific
'cause
dice.
they recommend
Yeah.
like 3 different colored dice.
Right.
Oh, really? Good to
Yeah.
know.
So we doing this?
Yep, you
Okay,
sure
so
are. So
I
just go ahead.
Oh,
have
it's going down.
battle hardened, which means I get to take 2.
Okay.
Oh, I only get once.
I only get one, I guess.
Can't wait for my hobo tricks to come in handy.
And I'm just going to have the people.
Do
all
we
of
look at
them
this, or
kind of act? Yep.
do we show our other people?
I fold.
Okay, so
That's
aces
not
are
my card.
aces are ones, and that is on the low. That's low.
Okay.
Oh, great. So that means I got second to worse.
Okay. Ooh, look at you with a
Oh, good, I'm
9.
Nine.
Behold.
In the middle, like a sandwich.
There you go.
Number 9 is
If I could be so
Clayton.
lucky. What?
That's actually a cool way to do,
Yeah, it's interesting. I like
yeah.
it.
And you don't have to really
Doesn't-
work down.
doesn't
with
really
all the
rely. You
other-
don't have to like build a character based around dexterity or anything. It
Right,
gives
like-
it more of an equal opportunity. Well, not equal because I battle hardened, but you know.
Yeah, but but that's also cool too, because that means that you can choose to spec out towards better initiative.
Yeah.
So that's actually, I'd say, a positive, not a negative.
No, not at all.
For all of our optimization
What
buddies
was the number
joining
you
us
got?
today.
6. Okay. 6. All right. So Clayton, you are first to make a move. Now, you are all going to qualify. So this doesn't go by feet either. So you're used to looking at, I have 20 feet of movement. I'm 27 feet or 25 feet away. This actually breaks things down into zones.
Yeah. 1,
so
2, 0, 1, 2, and 3.
yeah. So zone 0 is like melee combat. Like you might as well be inside of them. That's how close you are.
Whoa.
Zone 1 is also like a melee range. Zone 2 is in between your ranged weapon and melee, so you can like throw things from there. Like you can throw your rocks, daggers, that kind of stuff. And the 4th zone is where your ranged weapons are going to live. So your rifles, your muskets, that kind of stuff would be.
So my chair can fit in 2 of those zones.
Yes.
'Cause I can throw that motherfucker.
You can hit people with your musket. It really just depends on.
So we got down here, just to make sure I understand. We got like 1, 2, and 3. I can only hit people if I'm in zeros, and then I could only hit
You
someone
get
like this if
melee
it's a
range is-
throwing range.
Does your
Melee
dog
range
do
is
something?
0 to 1.
My dog can cross multiple zones quickly, so he's fast as fuck. But he doesn't do a lot of damage. He more like does like a clench, like a he kind of like can hold something someplace.
Fight and grapple, sort
yeah,
of?
essentially. But you know what, man? I'm sorry if the owners of the game are watching that. That could be completely wrong. That's just from what I'm to understand.
House rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
So with my 9.
you have 2 reactions that you can take. I believe you can use 3 of them though on a turn. You can take 2 slow actions and a fast action, or a slow action and 2 fast actions.
Oh, what?
And there are examples of each in the book if you guys want to. What page? Does it tell me a page number on what I? Oh, never
Give
mind.
me a
It's right
couple
here.
of those dice. Maybe I can make a visual. For us.
So just for anybody that's watching, typical slow actions include things like attack with a melee weapon, attack with ranged weapons, unarmed attack, all of that kind of stuff, grappling, performing rituals, surveying a situation, treating injuries. That's all a slow action. Fast actions are like drawing your weapon, swapping out your weapons, standing up, dodging. You can parry, you can break free, resist magic, all of that kind of stuff is your fast action.
Gotcha.
All right, so this will be us. This will be the end of it. So that's my dog. That's you pick whoever you want to be. 1, 2, and 3. They all look different. So we'll figure out what's ahead of us.
Okay. Enjoy that.
This helps me get a visual.
No, it helps you absolutely. So I'm first. So there's not a door on this root cellar, is there?
Well, it is. It's
They're
open.
private,
Yeah,
It
when
is?
you guys came down, it
Okay.
opened in.
Okay.
Is it
cool.
just one guy that's coming down, or a couple guys? That are-
One that you can see right
Can we
now.
close
so
the door for some
he's
time?
now
Yeah, I
in
was gonna-
zone 3.
So since I'm first, I'm going to use my fast action. My first fast action. I'm going to skedaddle up to him.
Okay. Yep. Skedaddle.
Does he get more than one zone?
Well, he's a lot closer than that. You guys are like in 0 to 1 with these guys.
Oh,
like
so
they're
we're here.
Oh, it's a root
Yeah,
cellar.
it's just
so
a
there's
root
not
cellar, it's just a
it's
small
not lot
room.
of-
All
yeah.
right, so it's like this.
Close the door.
One. So we got 0 and 1.
yeah.
All right, cool. So you skedaddle into the next zone.
Well, I skedaddle up to him, right?
Yep.
I'm like, male or female?
Male.
Good. I can hit him.
Well, for the time period, that may be a thing.
Yeah.
I would like to try and knock him out with the butt of my rifle, which is an action I can use with
Yep.
my rifle.
Okay.
Because I don't want to slice him up with a saber or shoot him.
That's fair. seeing how he's a innocent
Yeah.
bystander, unfortunately.
I don't know enough about your personal history. I haven't read your wife's diary yet, so I
Yeah.
can't.
jeez.
I
Right.
can't say.
Oof. Do you know what the roll is for your rifle?
Off the top of my head, I
That'd
do not,
probably
but I
be-
believe
I'm
it-
asking because you remember everything. That's the only reason.
That is, I know I can do it, and I know it's in the weapons tab.
If it's a physical, it'd probably be physique and close combat.
Yeah. Or the damage is probably 2, like everything else. Or yeah.
Or you
Muskets.
May get a plus.
It's
because you
a
have
rifle,
the-
but yeah.
Oh, rifle. Okay, so you can shoot from zone 1, 2, or 3.
Uh-huh.
It's going to do 2 damage.
Yep.
You have a +2 bonus.
If you look
so,
if you look into the melee bracket,
Mhm.
you'll see rifle, like butt of a rifle.
Like for example,
rifle
my
butt. There we go.
yeah.
So
I
damage.
remember
1.
everything. No.
See, most of it. So you do have to be very up close.
Yeah, that's
and
why I wanted to skedaddle. That's
Yeah.
my,
close combat. You still get +1 on your bonus for
okay,
it.
so it's a +1.
So
Okay.
that.
And then what?
So it would be
what
like
was the
his-
damage on it? Was it 1 or 2 damage?
Rifle butt is a 1.
Oh.
But his roll would be right physique plus close combat, and then he adds the +1.
Well, it's just saying close combat, actually. I
So
don't know
just
that you're
close
going to add physical.
Oh, that sounds odd. Imagine that they would.
Yeah, just add them both together.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's just do that.
Yeah, I think that's how it's similar to Vampire, where you get attributes and skills. Because I
Yeah.
think attributes is first, and then if you don't have anything in the skills, you would just use your attributes.
Yeah.
But I think attributes, from what I was looking at Forbidden Lands at least, is mainly like you can always
Right.
roll with at least these.
Yeah.
And then if you have nothing in these, you just wouldn't add anything.
Right. So you're going to go first, just for the people at home too. First the physique, then the close combat, and then the addition of the +1 from the weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
2 successes.
2 successes, you
Hey.
do
2
it.
6s.
Yeah, you definitely make contact. And
So
please. Yep. Go
I'm
for
just
it.
trying to butt him, kind of back out of the doorway. Just crack the nose and just, and then if I can get him out of the door, I would like to. You said I got 2 or 1 fast action.
I believe you get 2. You can do 2 slow actions and 1 fast action, or 1 slow action and 2 fast actions.
Cool. So fast action 1, get up to him.
Yep.
Skedaddle.
Yep.
Action 2, rifle butt,
Uh-huh.
and then
Right in the
the
nose.
fast action would be to close the door.
Okay. Perfect.
So you're like over here then-ish.
Yeah.
You're behind him.
Well, no, he would be out the door at this point.
Oh, you kicked him out. Like,
Hopefully.
You got
Yeah. Yep.
We gotta
That
buy some
works. Because I've had the stats for the sleepwalkers, and your roll of 2 beat what you had to get through. for them.
Absolutely.
So that
It's maple.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so that
that's
takes
my
us
action.
to anything else?
That is everything that I can do.
Okay. Anything Doc would like to do?
Oh,
Let's give him a thumbs up.
yeah. What are we
Wedge your
trying to-
chair under the door?
Oh, jeez.
Huh? Huh?
Yes, let's wedge the door with the chair. Man, I'm glad I thought of that.
You're smart, Sean.
I just wait for things and it just comes to me.
Just pops in
all
the
right,
old
so the
noggin.
green- that's a door. That's a chair. That's a guy with a rifle.
Yep. And Doc would be right up there too.
All right. So yeah, Doc would now transfer to transfer.
Yeah. Okay.
Sitting in the
And
chair.
what would Baggin like to do?
Well, both of us dig, so I'm like dig boy, dig.
Yeah.
So
Dig,
we're gonna.
dig.
Yeah, I want to use my dog as an advantage,
Sure. Sure.
right?
I think
Dogs
we-
dig,
I will give you like a plus on the roll.
so like a +1 maybe.
I would go +2.
No, are we
It's a
thinking the
whole lot of
bones are the
sample.
bones of the Revenant? Is that
I
what
mean,
we're
they weren't cheap.
That's what we're
Possibly.
assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would probably be like, get the bones.
Yeah.
All right, so
We gotta consecrate that grave.
Woo, bless
I'm
you.
gonna use the crowbar.
Do you need a
as
Kleenex?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
So use the crowbar as my +1, and then.
Nope, it's fine.
I think I'm good. I didn't get anything in there. Depends
When
what
did we
rules.
get Superman?
If we're going off COVID rules, we're all dead.
All right. Well, the Superman dice. So remember when I had those monthly dice subscriptions? I had like 5 of them. And they used
Yeah,
to
that's
send
right, you
you
did.
a new set of dice, but you'd also get just like random dice that they had. That was one of the random dice. I have no idea what game it's to.
I
I
just-
assume Superman, but
I'll just re-roll 2 6s. So I'll just re-roll 2 of these. Okay.
I'm just not a fan of Superman.
0 so far.
This is pushing a roll.
No,
I think it's just
I
have
haven't
enough dice.
asked. I didn't have enough dice.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Still no. Okay, so
if
what?
you would like to push them.
Yes.
right.
Now explain this to me.
Yes. So you can push the dice and you can re-roll anything that is not a 6.
While keeping your successes if you have them.
Yeah.
Now at this point, ones are detrimental.
Stay away from ones.
Yeah, you could.
And
Yeah.
it,
Boom.
0 plus 1, 1. So I get something bad that happens to me.
And nothing good.
so okay.
That was a lot of dice for this game too. It's a mean mistress.
It is, right?
Yep.
So you could either get like a level of exhaustion, your weapon could break or become damaged.
Yeah, losing
You
the
could,
crew bar.
you could injure yourself. There's
Yeah, you can
Really?
end up with a
impediments.
Roger has the word. I know Roger has the word because
Yeah,
he said it last week.
He did say it.
You remember?
Yeah.
A condition.
Yeah, there's a condition.
Ugh,
Oh, hold on. 2 more dice
Why?
because I didn't have the knife dice the first time. So that
Oh,
means I
yeah.
get. Yep.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'll allow it.
just get more dice, man.
Yeah,
You got-
1
you got
6.
one? Oh, whew. You still do get a condition though.
Yeah, but
I
you
do
also get a
succeed.
success.
Two more dice.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many, my brother.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
right.
Let me just bear with me.
So now I believe you will have accomplished your task, but at
A cost.
At a cost. Yeah.
I did get a 1.
Sorry, bear with me.
Like these were the 6.
Which is a cool system.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I like that part of the system.
Does
as
it
well.
roll? Is it like if
'Cause
you
could
roll
also-
something,
could
it's
also
like
just-
you have herpes?
Well, it can be something as simple as like if you were trying to, for example, light a torch or a lantern, for example, and you had to push your roll to get that lit. What it could be is you're blind for 2 rolls
Sure.
because of the light
Yeah.
from getting it lit. Yeah, like that. It could be as simple as
So you
that.
still light the thing. You just lose your night vision for the round.
Yeah,
whatever
you
the-
just
yeah.
there's some kind of impediment that that comes
That's
into
cool.
play.
Actually, I think that's a really neat way, especially if you're going to be like, nope, I still decide to go after it. There should be some recourse.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry,
You
I'm
have
just-
IBS.
You know what? I
You
can't find them
shit
off the
your
top of my
pants.
head. So
Why don't you just give me
I'm
one?
going to. I am going to say that you
Dysentery.
had
You're
a.
dead.
Dead leg.
No, I'm going to give you a
4-hour hard on.
I'm going
Yeah,
to.
points in the direction I find the most important.
That was last night. I'm going to give you
Good girl.
a like a Charlie horse in your bicep
All right, so like
from
my
all of the
movement-
shovels.
So my
Oh.
movement speed is going to go down.
Well, you'll have like a 1 dice penalty for any physical.
Oh shit, that's very important to me.
Yes.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So I've pushed the road successfully. Have I freed the skeleton?
Yes, the bones all come tumbling out.
Put it in a sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chop
Is
it
there
up.
still connecting tissue? Is it like a body or is it like a
It's
skeleton?
just
No, it is
powder.
a-
You
it's
just
a-
snort it.
It is a skeleton.
I release thee. Yeah, right.
I don't know what to do with it. It's
Everybody
like,
snort the bones.
it's like one of those escape rooms. You're just like, do that one thing. Put it
Yeah,
on top of there.
Right. Yeah.
Remember the escape room we went to?
All
And I
their
was like,
any mag.
Oh my
guys,
God.
I just got it. I opened the door, and it was the front door that takes you into the game. I was like, obviously, that's the out, right?
We we did an escape room, and also we thought we were fucking stupid, but the actual puzzle was broken.
Right.
They're like, no, it's not broken. Like, you're just not doing it right. And eventually, they were like, they had someone come out and help us. And he was like, oh no, this is broken. And then he had to like pull a
That's right.
release hatch.
Yeah, because
And
we
he-
went
'cause
through so
I was
many
like,
options.
dude, and he was like, no, you just do it like this, and. Huh. And I was
I
like,
think
yeah,
it was
fuck
switches, wasn't
you.
it? Morse code
Yeah.
switches. Like-
No, it was the
Yeah,
thing
no,
that
it
looked like a jukebox.
Yeah, it had switches on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had to like get the lights the right way, and then it would like pop open. It would do it.
Yeah.
And they just thought we were
No.
stupid. And it turns out that they were stupid.
Or he was really nice. Thank you, Brandon, if that was the
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, it's-
Brandon's like,
No,
you
you
guys
guys
are
did it.
assholes.
You guys did it. Yeah.
no, he was like, no, this should be opening right now.
And always refer to whoever is looking over your game as God, because that's hilarious.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Hey, God.
I did one of those in a like a adult store.
Yeah.
They had an escape room in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I've done a lot of escape rooms here in Vegas,
Uh-huh.
and like
I've
There
been
was
to a lot
one-
of adult stores in
and I
Vegas.
swear to God,
Well,
the one of the rules, you know, they get brief you on the rules. One of the
Yeah.
rules, the girl was like, and when you get to a door that looks like it's red and it's got and it says this is an escape room, like or escape like door, emergency escape door or whatever, don't open it. There are people with their dicks out on the other side. Like, well, fuck. There I'm in there. I'm like, is that the dick door? And she's like, "Yeah, that's the dick door." I was like, "Stay away from
You
the
know
dick
that
door."
adds some serious,
It was the best.
stakes.
This place was awesome.
That
Only
adds
one
stakes
way
to
out
all
of
of it.
this.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Point me to the dick door. I'll do
Right.
what I do.
Yeah, darling, hold my purse.
Incredible.
Wait, where'd he go? Oh no, he's at the dick door.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
So we have a skeleton on the floor. What
Currently
would we-
being gnawed on by my
by your dog.
by
yeah,
Booth.
of course.
Talk about the dick door later.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But
What a beautiful city.
So good.
Vegas,
Majestic.
the height of culture.
Majestic.
Where else do you find a dick door in an escape room?
That's
I
terrifying.
swear, I'll give you the place. It's
Like,
there.
what
It's
if-
still
what-
there? I'm sure.
What if there was only two options, either the exit or the dick door?
Hey
Also,
man,
if
get your
That's how you
chapstick ready.
end
I don't
that.
know.
Also, if after an hour you haven't figured out the puzzle, the dick door does just open.
Yeah, right.
Automatically opens.
No. No.
Dicks everywhere.
Yeah,
Just on the CCTV, just screaming.
right. How'd it go?
Back, like
Literally,
Paranormal Activity style.
Oh shit.
Okay.
the
Lost
last group
another
didn't
one,
make
the
it.
Dick door.
Okay.
Go.
There's banging now.
Okay. okay.
Yes,
On the door
We're all 4
to the root cellar.
This door
Yes.
has no dicks on it. Let's go.
No, it doesn't.
I'll hold the dick door. You get the bones.
All right. So yeah, Doc will since door's being held.
Yeah, you weigh like 800 pounds.
I got
right?
a doctor's bag.
Yep.
I'm just gonna take the bones and
And
put,
just
it in
put
the
them in your
bag.
doctor's bag. I love it. Okay.
You have to take out your.
I have my
anatomy-
gloves.
No, you have to take out your anatomy skeleton and then replace it.
It's like all over each
There are no bags of holding in this game.
Oh come on!
Damn it.
It says doctor's bag.
But yes, I
It's
think
collapsible.
I think at least a skull you keep in there, like a little that has like
I hold
all
it
of the descriptions, like this is what this is in the brain.
Put it in
yeah.
the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, set it back. Yeah, I set it back where the old bones were. I put the new bones inside
Okay.
my bag.
As you put, let's
Fuck! It starts moving.
no,
Okay.
no.
It bites you.
Yeah, goddamn.
You imagine. As you get the last of the bones put into your bag and you close the bag up. The next problem is the only way out is to go through that door, and you know that there are more of.
We have a
The
bit of a
sleepwalking
problem.
people.
I have like my back on the door.
I got
just
a lot of
brace it.
medication on me. We can just take the easy route. Call
Wait,
it-
what's the ceiling?
Yeah, are we? Is it?
It's not a very tall ceiling. I guess
But
the
is it-
floor has been dug down though,
But
so
is
you're
it-
probably about 9 feet actually.
We can't keep digging through the dirt wall.
Um,
Well, I was gonna say if we could dig up into the
Yeah, yeah.
house, but if it's 9 feet, then I can't.
it's not going to go into the house because
I got a
the
chair.
root cellar is it's not actually attached to
Oh,
the
that's
house.
right, you
It's
said it
like
wasn't
out
attached to the
in
house.
This is
yard,
outside.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a lot of digging. I don't think we can.
that is a ton of digging, and your digger has a Charlie horse in his bicep.
Ow, I'm fine. Ow, I'm perfectly
Just one
okay.
crippled arm.
Nope, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine.
You know, at night when you get that foot cramp and your toes are all like,
Yep, I don't
yeah,
like it.
That's like what's happening.
I've
so it's-
become cursed
mean-
by the beast.
Maybe we can funnel them in one at a time and just kind of like work
Yeah,
through
like
'em.
I open the door, one shuffles in, I
Gotta
close the
fucking-
door.
Just-
I mean,
Send
that's
it,
not
I
a
open the
horrible
door.
idea.
you open the door.
Or
Yep,
we just
send it.
open door, muzzle to the face,
No, I'm
blast,
gonna
close
open the door, wait for one to shuffle in, and try and close the door.
Okay, well, you don't have to wait long because another one was on its way down the steps and kind of trips over the other one and
Just-
like falls into the room.
All right, so we
Close
got
the
we
door.
got one. We got one, and
There's
there's
one
now another one outside of the.
So I'm gonna
doors.
close the door and brace the door in case.
And I immediately jump onto the body and try to chloroform its face.
You guys say
Okay.
something- you guys
To
say
see if
something
it does
cool, like,
anything.
You
Okay.
forgot your apple.
No
the
problem.
Dog is in.
Yeah.
Worms, motherfucker.
It's so stupid.
Lights out. It's nap time, bitch.
Count to 10.
Go to sleep.
Well, no problem. You put that one down.
it worked.
Yeah, of course.
As the doc that I am, I know how long that's gonna last for, so I can tell them.
He waits way too long.
Yeah, it's just gonna last like a few minutes
Alright.
to get it down.
All right, so we got one.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, that worked quite good.
cut his head off. Like, isn't that the?
I take the saber, stab in the heart.
All right, so
Are you actually physically hurting the person?
No,
No,
we don't
no.
want
Oh,
to.
okay.
We don't want
Okay.
to.
Goodbye,
trying to do-
Jim.
We're trying
We're
to
just
do
kidding.
as non-violent as possible.
Right.
So
I mean,
we're just gonna do the open door, closed door.
You
'cause
butted
they
the
seem
one in the
pretty-
face.
They seem pretty mindless.
Right.
Right. So we're just gonna keep letting them shuffle in one
Yeah,
at a time,
one at a time.
and then have them You know.
Do we have a rough idea of how
Hold
many
on,
there are
Doc,
based on the
Doc.
feats?
I've heard of these like assholes that can like bite you, and then you become one of those assholes.
If, there-
And you're putting your hands real close to the body
like,
bits.
if we have to do this more than like 10 times, we might have to reevaluate. I don't know how many are coming down here.
There's definitely not 10.
Okay.
But like take two?
So we took down 2. Yeah. So
No, we've taken down one so far.
we've taken
No,
down
we've
2.
taken down 2.
I
Oh, that's right.
butted one
Butted
in the
one.
phase. It's behind the door.
He's now
Creating a trip hazard.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's what's happening. They're all like
It's
tripping
like a
over
Rube
that one.
Let's
Goldberg
keep doing
machine.
this.
Yeah.
Open the door. Okay, I opened the door.
And the next
Oh,
one,
gee, I hope nobody comes in here.
you hear step, step, and then
Thumb.
fumble, and then bam on the floor.
And then Doc jumps on.
oh, the second
sleep,
one's in.
It gets back out.
Okay, no problem.
Does it work?
That's
It does.
primary.
yes.
Oh, we got twos.
Of course it does.
All right. What about number threes?
Okay.
Oh, I'm changing. Nobody come in.
Oh, does it-
Okay, no problem. It's great. Yeah. So next one comes in, falls on the floor. Same thing
Doc
happens.
jumps on top.
Chloroform,
him
and
out.
it works, and it puts him out. So he's laying right on top of the other one.
Piles of
It's just
bodies.
piling.
I keep on dragging him to the side of the.
Oh,
What if we
yeah?
stack enough bodies? Then we can go through the roof.
I think we're actually getting pretty good at this whole Vaesen thing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
How come I got no magic juices to make people go to sleep?
I don't.
You got any icy hot Vaesen?
Oh, I might.
Some gold bond.
Yeah.
I will take you up on that. I got some chafing in the nether
give
regions,
him
and I'm
some
not too
Motrin.
thrilled about
Some
it.
Motrin.
Anti-inflammatory.
You do have it's like a tincture that you have creative tincture
Chew on this
or a
licorice
salve.
root.
Yeah.
Salve. I hate that word. I can never get it right.
Sal?
Salve. Tomato. But you do have one. It has provided some relief to some people. It doesn't always work in terms of like muscle stiffness and soreness. It
So like
does,
actual icy hot.
Yeah.
sort of, yeah. It does have. It doesn't have menthol in it because I don't feel like menthol was a thing at this point in time. But it does have like mint, peppermint, lavender, all of that kind of stuff in
Clove.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Smells like our mom's house.
Yeah.
Smells like one of those Necco wafer rolls. Ever had those?
Yes.
I love them. They're so gross.
They're so gross.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
No.
They're call like Necco wafers.
They look
They're
like they're fake. Like,
Dude, they're from
It's like
like
chalk.
the Depression era. Like they don't fill you with joy when you eat them.
Oh.
Like they taste like chalk, but the pink ones taste exactly like Pepto-Bismol, and they're so good. Like they're
Your
gross.
generation is fucked,
You're
man.
really selling.
Yeah,
to
right,
me.
yeah.
That is not my
I know
generation.
what
That
he's
is
talking about. No, Necco wafers are old.
no, they are from like the 1910s. Like
Right.
they are
Yeah,
like
it's
literally from
old.
like they are. It is sugar and like starch and
Yeah, it's
just
very
a
chalky.
drop of some kind of flavor.
Yeah.
Like the yellow ones are lemon-ish, but it's mostly a chalky flavor.
It's like the predecessor to like the sweet tart. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay,
it's
sure.
Not sweet, not,
Not
tart.
sweet or tart. Yeah,
Right.
it's just dusty.
Just a vague. It just tastes dusty.
The dusty
that's what it
rounds.
Nice.
Ah, I'll pick some up. You're right.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds
don't.
No, it sounds great. I
No,
can't
the
wait.
pink one tastes just like Pepto-Bismol. It's crazy.
Delicious.
I can't wait to try that.
Oh shit.
You go pick some up in usually Walgreens.
Oh, so you hear another kind of like fumble and something slams into the door.
Oh no! I
Open the door.
open the door.
Okay. Same situation.
Yeah,
You
of
jump
course.
on it with the chloroform, no problem. It goes out.
This
And
is
then
when you catch your
I'm gonna
first
retouch
hack in a
out the
video
other
game.
ones.
When you realize you can shoot them with the bow and arrow before you get to the next level.
It's like
Right.
Diablo. I'm like, I'm gonna aggro all of them and put them through the hallway.
Yeah.
yes.
What do they call it? They call it like the
Checkpoint.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or like a
We're
checkpoint.
bottlenecking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So the next one kind of fumbles its way down the stairs, trips over the body that's already been there. But when it hits the door, the person kind of wakes up a bit.
Oh shit.
They're like up, and they're out of the influence of whatever it is that has influence over all of these people.
Oh, I got this one.
No,
The Revenant, you all assume, yeah. And you just hear like, what? Like where? How did I
Oh no! Another
get
one.
here?
yeah.
And you open the door, and the dude is on the other side of the door, just like straight up confused.
Pull him in.
It's like, I was just having dinner. I don't know what is. Who are you? And unhand me, sir.
world?
Yeah,
What?
pull him in.
Where is she?
I'll turn him upside down.
Just a guy who just happened to be at the end.
Well, now he's
I
an
go-
upside
I
down
go
guy.
full Batman.
Who are you?
Where is she?
Damn it.
The dog's just licking
So,
his face from the ground.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pull him in, shut the door.
Yep.
I throw him on the chair as a doc, check
Right.
his vitals kind of.
Yep.
Seems okay.
Yeah, he seems fine. Like pupils reacting. He's able
Do you know
to.
where you are?
Yeah, he's able to tell you who is in the current political office of the whatever, and he, I don't know, Jones.
Andrew Tate.
Oh.
No,
I'm leaving him in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
seriously, we just
Put
close
him
up
in
the
the
books.
bag.
And go, well, that was enough of that. No.
There's bones in here.
So yeah, he's just like, who are you? Where I vaguely remember seeing you walk in, and you two were like came in at the same time, right?
Yes.
I don't remember you coming in at all.
No one ever does.
How did I get here?
Look, you probably should just go home.
Go home.
There's a force beyond your feeble imagination that is wreaking havoc and death and despair upon everything it touches, everything that moves, everything that lives.
What a buzzkill.
What he's trying to say is they're out of beer.
Oh,
Time to go homes.
time to.
Yep, that whole misery and that kind of stuff, he's just nice and colorful likes.
He crosses himself and
I got a bag full of bones and a bunch of bodies I got to take care
what?
of.
He's just like getting like his eyes are getting bigger. And
I just
bigger
sit him
and
back.
bigger.
I don't know. I give him some Motrin too. I can-
Take this so you'll feel better in the
Hey,
morning.
man, I was in the
Sprig of
military. All I know
mint.
is Motrin. Sorry. Shit.
Just a sprig of mint.
Yeah.
Right?
Chew on this.
You look back. I am slowly huffing your rag. You know.
Yeah.
You knock
Put-
yourself out.
Idiot, put that down.
All right.
I see nice buddies.
This rag gives me the swimmies.
So he
That's fun.
he says I'm going to head home, but do you think that it would be okay if I stopped by like the chapel on my way home just to nip in real quick and light a candle for
Oh, that sounds like that concentration places.
consecrated ground?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like it's not made of concrete, but like it's supposedly something similar.
All right, Jones. New plan. I'm following you
Following me. You want to come to my house?
to the church.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. I guess I can
Are there any more?
you there. I mean, you do hear like footsteps and stuff like that, but they don't seem to be coming down the stairs right now.
So maybe
Jones, I
everybody's
should be
kinda-
nice and quiet.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
And take me to the nearest church.
Take me to
I
church.
knew that was coming. Somebody. was
How could
saying
it not? How could it not?
I will give him a little nip of my flask.
that. Who? Me?
Well,
Doc
no,
takes it.
We all take a nip.
That's okay. I got your rag. It seems like it's fair back and
Give
forth.
me my rag back.
Does it count as consecration if I just pour one out for
I'd
her?
like to collect all my items.
Yeah, right.
I will take a precision and stealth check from everyone.
That's sure as fuck not me.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly what one would call precise. And stealth?
Yep.
All right, I'll take that.
Couple of ones, but those don't matter right now.
That's right.
I got 1 6.
Oh. Yeah, I got twos.
I got a lot of fives.
Got a lot of fives. So no sixes at all?
No sixes.
Okay.
I'd like to push.
Nope.
Push it
Done.
real good.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, yep.
What are we doing?
You are sneaking by the sleepwalkers
Oh yeah, I want to push.
outside. Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yep.
I already got a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
I got a 1 too though.
That's okay. Ones don't matter here.
No, it does for what
when you
happens
push.
to him.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. So I got a 6 though.
Okay.
So he succeeded, but
Do I
like, he's
also
got to
have the
use the restroom
I
real
also
bad.
have the herpes. Is that what you just said?
He's got a massive headache.
Right.
I'm saying he ate Montezuma's revenge.
You know what? No, this is going to be great. You when you were pouring some of the chlorophyll
Ah, shit.
onto a rag, some got up like onto your sleeve, and you were just kind of like hurriedly doing it, and you kind of went like this to wipe your brow, so you get a big old huff of chloroform. You're not knocked out, but you're quite spacey.
So like he loses like a precision point, maybe? Like how would that work?
I'd say
Yeah,
like
I mean, a
quick.
precision point would be fine. I would
Yeah.
even consider dropping
Maybe logic.
A logic, yeah, was going to be the next one.
That could
I would
make sense. It's
consider.
actually
Precision
really
or logic, either. Well, depending on what's going on. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Now that we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the gameplay, it actually is very interesting, and a success is it's more rare than not rare.
Yes. Yeah. No, like I said, this game system is it's an award-winning system
Right.
from Free League Publishing. So they
Very cool. I'm
yeah,
enjoying.
it's very good stuff.
Oh, I
like
hate
it a
it.
lot.
No, it's just really nice. It's good stuff. I like it.
Like if we were going to do a major campaign in this, we would do games like this for like 3 months before we started, so we would all
Now-
learn the system.
No, we're
very
gonna
well
do
together.
D&D style where this is a group check where if more people pass than don't pass, then we get through it, or do you want to do individually?
I think just keeping it individual for now. I mean, we're very, very close to the end. There's really one more thing you guys need to do,
Well,
and
I
then
say
we're
because
pretty
with
much
group
done.
stealth
so.
checks, it makes it more likely if one person fails, you can still move forward.
Right.
Right, yeah.
So do you want to do that, or do you want to do an individuals?
Because I did fail this.
Because he
stealth
did
check.
fail.
You did
So,
fail,
yeah.
and did you push, or do you want to?
He doesn't.
I
want
got
to, 'cause
like
he's got a
four,
Charlie
I got
horse.
4 dice and a Charlie horse.
Yeah. It just means that you may have to be a little bit more creative about how you get by these people than simply being sneaky.
I just John Cena.
You're just
You
like
don't
that.
see me.
You know, that was a dare. He did that on a dare one time, and now he's
Well,
like
that's
had to
just
do it for his
forever.
entire career.
Who won?
Fun for that guy. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Um,
Random wrestling knowledge.
I mean, I guess I could. I mean, I guess this made sense because the other two guys passed, right?
So what happens if I push and I fails? Not just a 1, but I just also fail.
Then I think you, instead of maybe a minor
I'll get
condition, you may
major
get
one.
make a, like a major or
Right.
even a critical. And critical doesn't mean you die like it does in D&D. Like a crit fail and a critical success.
Oh, well.
That's not applicable
But
here.
You know what?
It's just something that's long term.
We're testing out this game prophecy, so we should probably figure out what happens
Yeah.
one way or another. So,
Go ahead.
So with my Charlie horse ass and 4 dice to spins,
Okay.
that's a success with
There-
no ones.
There you
So
go.
no Charlie horses. Yeah, all right.
Super.
I have pushed.
All right, you have successfully pushed.
I think I held in a burp.
So everyone is able to get out the door, get up the steps with this man, and the doc
Jones, you are
staggered a
critical-
couple
you are
of
a critical
times.
component.
But you guys have seen the the doc kind of be a little scatterbrained every once in a while.
Shitballs.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
So it's not unusual to see him take like a stagger step every once in a while, but there
You're
does-
drunk.
It does seem to be a little more serious.
Very good. That's great.
now.
Fantastic.
So the church is maybe like 2 minutes away.
You think the doc's okay? I think he maybe took too much of his own medicine.
I feel like he's always.
I smell myself.
Yeah, that's just Doc, man. I'll just tell you. Wild card. Wild card, that one. He could sew up a bullet wound, though. Well, half the time.
What happens the other half of the times? That's
keep-
not
I'll
an
just-
air con of
Just
answers.
keep walking.
I'll look over to Bruce. Just let's not get shot, Vince. All right, continue.
Okay, nope. So you guys make your way there. It's pretty quiet. I mean, everything that's been happening at the inn is pretty much staying at the inn. Like there
It
does seem
appears
to
that the
be.
threat is localized.
Yeah, there's definitely like an area effect happening here. So you guys have the bones. You get to the church, and you run into a buddy of yours. Actually, turns out that groundskeepers have their own sense of.
I get to use my well-traveled traits.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but you
And
know-
like every once in a while, if one of you falls on hard times, everybody who is also a groundskeeper, you tend to look after your own and that kind of stuff. So. Well, you never know.
Gretel, a very large woman.
Rattle is the name you're giving
I
her?
was going with Gretel, but I like yours more.
Oh, Grattle?
yeah, right.
Griddle.
Gretel.
Both
Gretel?
Or,
Gretel. Okay.
all are
He's saying
upset.
Gretel.
What volume? Oh yeah. What?
Sorry.
Sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was confused. Okay.
Gretel?
Gretel.
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 As in Hanson and.
Hansel and Gretel. Okay, perfect.
I like my versions both ways.
And she's like, "Oh, hello, Hagen."
Oh, so I know this is going to sound bad, but we got to dig in your yard.
You do know the yard is a graveyard.
Oh, that's exactly. It's one of those consecrated places.
I
right?
can't allow you to dig up a body if that's what you're asking.
No, we want to do the complete opposites.
Yeah,
She's like eyeing Doc suspiciously.
he's got a bag full of bones and he's buried.
Not my first, not my last.
Oh,
But this one will be consecrated.
There's an area just behind like a tree line. Would that
Is it on consecrated ground?
count? I mean, I think so.
Oh,
You
we
think
smart
so?
enough to understand
So?
the differences.
Well, it's just that there's not a lot of room at the cemetery, and I can't have somebody show up and you guys are like digging in a spot that you shouldn't be digging. So I'm just
What if I were to tell you this is the wife of the previous owner of over yonder? Would that not supplement a necessity to bury them correctly?
Oh, I'm not suggesting that you don't or that you have a hard time. I just don't want you all to be seen digging in a graveyard at night. Like that's
Well, I'm so far beyond that.
it's that kind of a situation.
Look,
Pretty normal.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. These guys are the best, even though this is the first time you're meeting them. I know
Jones is the best.
Yep,
Going
it's-
around Jones.
Wait, you guys are you with this? Are you guys with the society?
Yep. Doc's just lost. Like, yeah, that's us.
we do the spooky oogie stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's the case, there is an area. It's kind of by the cellar door of the church.
I don't trust her.
And there's a spot where I don't think anything has been previously buried, but it would be really close to the church, so it would be really concentrated
Concentrated,
consecration.
A concentrated consecration. That's
Yes.
what I'm looking for, yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Or
The
definitely
force
can't.
would be strong.
This
All
is
right.
secreting consecrations.
This concentrated consecration is just.
Chef's kiss.
All right. Baggins,
Right.
you're up.
Doc falls on his face for a second.
Yeah.
Just gets back
Oh,
up.
dear.
Like nothing happened.
Stop pushing me.
So Gretel will also get a shovel to help you. So your penalty for your
Nice.
thing, it will just take it off of the board.
And I will pull out my rifle and I will just, do that thing where I just have it like over my, doing like this, just looking around.
Just looking around, keeping it. That's good.
Doc's not holding a gun right now. I mean, he does, but he's not. pointing at
1-6. Yeah, no ones. 1-6.
1-6.
Doc is
Okay.
eating a sandwich.
What'd you get a sandwich? In my bag.
I need
Peels
to
a rib
roll
off
for
of it.
her. I'm gonna give her this. And I think she doesn't really help a whole lot. She's not really helpful.
She gave you a shovel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's much more interested in chatting, like trying to get up on gossip, and you guys are having none of it. You're like, this is not appropriate right now, ma'am. Like,
Somebody should tell her to shut up.
Well, she lit her on the concrete grounds, and we're getting it all done.
You want some gossip? I might shoot the husband.
does it have to be 6 feet?
I was safer rather than, sorry. I would assume.
Okay.
Oh, so we could just bury them this way. Straight hole, straight down.
You have to dig like 11 feet to have it buried at 6.
Yeah, right. Luckily, it's a pile of bones. So the
Yeah.
hole-
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
the whole. That's what I'm saying. We don't
Okay,
have to make
right,
it long.
right.
I mean, like
whole
we could
could
just.
Right. Okay,
We
sorry.
can just
Took
like,
me a second to
yeah.
catch up, but
yeah.
now I'm here.
I mean,
Okay.
We would appreciate it if he could stand up in the bag, just come out like a full
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
skeleton,
Right.
but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
We need wires and
That's
such.
some magic trick you got there, dog.
Right. Okay. So the digging continues, and you're perhaps some of the woodland creatures that you can't see from here are making noises in the woods, and that perhaps that's
Fire into the woods.
spooks you a couple
Reminds
of
me of my
times.
ex-wife.
You hear like the scurrying of mice.
So
and
that's why
rats
you called her
and
the Badger.
squirrels.
There's something skedaddling out there.
Yeah. All of the skedaddling. So you get the bones in the hole.
All right. Too easy.
Child.
It's
Too easy.
low hanging fruit.
Child.
Good. I'm glad.
Well done.
And
Bury it right next to the dick door.
you get everything
about Dick Door.
backfilled.
I didn't.
And you get the hole filled in, and the gentleman is now buried, and you actually see something very familiar, specifically for Doc and Clayton, because You saw this figure when you were watching the shadow play, and he's looking not nearly as scary and terrible as he was when you saw him. He just looked like every single possible stereotype that you can come up with for like what a evil dead spirit would look like gaunt skin, dark around the eyes.
Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, just, sure.
God, that really is apt.
That's nailed it.
Right.
Tell me.
Pretty apt.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
But now,
pretty
when you look at him,
That's what I pictured.
you see him much as he was in life. There's color back to his face. He's fully flesh, not fully flesh, but like he's not gaunt, and his face, his cheeks aren't sunken in, all of that kind
I'm
of
just
stuff.
imagining now he's like Tom Cruise,
Is he
Sure,
alive?
yeah,
like
yeah,
Top Gun.
yeah.
Is he living?
No, he's still not living, but he does look relieved, incredibly relieved, and he is able to speak to you, and he.
Evening.
Yes, he says, thank you. I didn't think that it would be the society that would save me when it was the society that put me in this position. It was society members who murdered me.
Interesting.
This was something that was uncovered. But I don't think you guys are remembering.
Okay.
So,
We're
no,
like,
it's okay. Just give me a quick second, and I will give you.
I don't care. No.
talk still in a dizzy.
Because Robbie, before you left, your character went and learned some information about the history of the society.
A bunch of our guys went over there. They went missing, like.
Right, sort of, was how it went. Witch cat description of. It was when he came through the first time. He yelled. He had some names or something that he had said, and I can't remember what they were, and I can't find them right now. But basically, he gives you 3 names. You guys do know them as the people behind actually setting up the very first headquarters, which is now the place where you guys all call home. And they believed that.
No, I meant like that to make it do that.
I know.
All right.
Try not to do that.
Oh, well, I was
Right,
like,
you
he must think it's
Also-
a shake. Anyway,
Let's try not to do the.
So you guys do all and recognize these names because you walk by portraits of them every single day, and they were instrumental in setting up the place where you guys now call home, and it was shortly after the founding actually of the headquarters when the place started to fall into disrepair because of the actions of these 3 people. It wasn't looked upon with favor from anybody when what happened kind of came to light. But that was as far as it ever went. There was never like an official investigation into it, nothing like that. These people that you guys worked with got away with murder. There's no way really around it. So that is something that he does explain. And he will just say, I thank you for finally freeing me. I would just like to make sure that the true nature of these people who were part of this thing that you all belong to is revealed. So I don't know if there are or is a place where you can tell my story, but I would.
Yeah, we do a meeting every 3rd Wednesday. We'll definitely bring that up.
Okay. Well, from wherever I'm going, I'll be watching. And
Don't
that's
do
it.
that.
And he
Just-
and he
Yeah.
just
and
disappears.
he
Hey,
and he fades away, and
you're supposed to pass on.
you guys head back to
Kill the
the
husband.
Witch Cat Inn.
Oh, absolutely. Where's the husband?
And the inside of the place is completely transformed. The last time you guys saw it, all the candles in the fireplaces were not throwing heat, and instead of that warm orange glow, it was a very cold blue glow.
no. So he was also kind of haunting our everything.
Well, this is back at the inside of
that's what I'm
the
saying.
Witch Cat Inn. Yeah, he really did have influence over the whole place. Even the father that you guys hate so much, Sammy, I believe his name is, he doesn't seem as hostile.
Well, that's until we pull a gun on them. But
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Muzzle to the mouth.
The daughter doesn't like when you met the daughter. She really did seem like she was kind of like worn down and oppressed, and kind of chalked it up to just assuming that it was her relationship with her father that would do that. But it's clear to you now that you're seeing all these people after you've put the revenant to rest that it truly was the influence of this revenant that was affecting these people.
oh, so the Revenant is maybe part of the reason that the father went so insane in the first
Well,
place.
no, because he was abusive before the revenant showed up,
It just made it worse.
but it kind of amplified everything. Yeah,
So we're not killing him?
but I don't know. You tell me.
well, let me just saunter up to Sam real
I
quick.
got a bag. You got a shovel, right?
No, I absolutely.
We know where to bury a body now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, I would.
And it would
I'm
be complicated.
absolutely gonna clock him.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's like, God, what was that for?
If you ever touch a woman again, I swear to God, I will kill you.
What?
Yeah, Bruce does pee on
I
his
clock
leg.
him again.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Where is she?
I don't know. In her room. That's where I told her to go.
Leave her there. Throw him over that bar.
So you guys head back to the headquarters after this major confrontation, and you make sure
No,
that
no,
the
I take his
girl
wallet,
is
I take his
I
wallet.
took a
take his
lot of
wallet
liquor.
and a lot of liquor. Okay, no
Couple
problem.
bottles.
We just.
Couple of bottles of brown liquor. You got
I
it.
spit on him.
We have his wallet. The daughter declines to come with you. She
What
does.
do I?
She does have an interest in all things Vaesen, as you learned with her and her mother, kind of learning about the occult and being into the arts and all that kind of stuff. They decide, or she decides to stay home with her father, and going to try to figure out how to make their relationship work now that the influence of the revenant has been.
I give her
taken away.
the address of the society. If you need anything, don't hesitate to write a letter, which will take like 3 weeks in this time period. But like we'll get to it.
I give her the chloroform rag.
Fantastic. Might as well give her the bottle
The whole
too,
bottle.
right?
He
Yeah,
gets everything.
perfect. So when he gets it a hand, she
Ye
will know
olde
what to do.
whippets.
Yeah,
Wait till he goes to sleep and use a little of this.
fantastic. So yeah, you guys head back to the headquarters. You debrief, talk about everything that happened,
Well, now that my briefs are off, let's talk.
and
Every time? No, right.
you you write everything that happened. You detail everything, and
And then I beat him half to death.
perfect. And that is Vaesen.
Hey. Very cool.
I go home and I drink my brandy.
Yes,
And I
why?
listen to the sounds of the forest in my tormented brain.
Truly.
It sounds like this is supposed to not have a full-on conclusion. Is that like what you've
Well,
found
this
out with some of all
I
these
think
stories?
that you could use this
As a
short
starting off,
story
as a
to
starting point.
launch into a campaign. Yeah, is kind of the feeling that I got from it. But
It makes sense. Like,
yeah.
It feels like there's more to see.
yeah, for sure. There's a ton in this world to explore. There are a ton of different ways to go about it as well, which is pretty cool. But with that said, I know we kind of have touched on it a little bit since we were playing today, but just looking for overall opinions, thoughts on the game, the system, that kind of stuff. Think what you thought of it. I know the character creation was pretty unique. It felt unique to me. And
It's also easy.
It was easy, yeah.
yeah, which is important.
I mean, I remember when I first picked up D&D and I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck am I looking
Yeah.
at?
still doing
Yeah.
that.
There wasn't a huge amount of
I still have difficulty with it, and I've been playing for like 2 years, and
Yeah.
it is not. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I will always have a place for it in my heart, and I will always play it. But whoever it is rough
Yeah.
to fill out a character, and then it only gets more confusing as you level up. Like a level 1 character is the easy one, you know.
Yeah.
Vaesen felt like a very much easier and higher chance to get a group of people that maybe not as into or haven't played too many tabletops. It
Yeah.
really seems like you could get some people in and actually sit down and play. It doesn't feel like as much of a commitment to learning.
Yeah.
It's also a lot easier for somebody that doesn't have any background in this to like visualize. I hit him with a shovel.
Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly
You know
what
what
that's
I
what
mean?
you,
Like,
you,
yeah,
you could get a newer player in on this and pretty much throw them in immediately. D&D, I've always noticed there is a bit of a learning curve, and like even with Vampire, just because your options are limitless, but you've got a very intense character sheet that dictates exactly how those actions are done.
Yeah.
And this is a lot easier for even like a game master to pick up and be like, well, this is really, really simple. This is what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I can definitely see a lot of benefits in getting new players in on this, and even experienced players, because you can just pick it up and you don't have to be like, oh, I have to learn a brand new system with core rules and everything. You can really just fill out a sheet and just,
And just roll with
Like
it.
the
Yeah.
most complicated thing we have is like our talents, right? And we only get 3 of them a piece.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, am I the only one that even used a talent at the entire game? Like, because I did use well traveled to know. the
I
hero.
used battle hardened.
I'm an
which-
army
Yeah.
medic.
Yeah, to add your 2.
I'm an
Yeah.
army
Yeah,
medic.
to-
It's your cool
yeah.
art
I
form.
was using it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, like, but it was all very natural, and you didn't have to be like, so I have to have a statue of a Virgin Mary worth how much GP? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah, because some tabletops tend to be very intense, which is fine in their own right, because some people like to get intense, and it has its benefits when you want specific things to happen, like Vampire. You know, when you want a very specific thing to happen, there is exactly how good your character is at it.
Yeah.
But the benefit to this,
or
is
not
that-
being able to do it at
yeah,
all.
the benefit of this is you can really focus on role playing.
Yeah.
You know, it's less crunchy. It's you can really feel out your character. I
Yeah.
feel like in this, which is why you'll notice if you listen to Vampires and Vitae, which you should. Season 3 is going to be fantastic. I'm very excited for it. We have silently agreed to cut like half of the skills out.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
just because it's insane how much you get in Vampire, and
Yeah.
so we kind of when we're crafting characters for a new campaign, we're like, we'll ask Robbie like, what are you looking for? And so for last season it was technology based, so we know to focus a lot on that. So you're not looking at too much animal handling or subterfuge or finances or stuff like that, because it's just
And
stuff
those resources are so low in Vampire specific
Yeah.
that like you could really shoot yourself in the foot if you
Yeah, you
just
could
built
if you min max in the wrong way on Vampire, you could really have a bad time.
Yeah. And with this game, too, like to compare it to a game like Call of Cthulhu, where you're rolling percentage dice. And if you have a 35% in something, you need to make sure you're rolling under a 35. That gaming system makes that very difficult. But I think this, with the D6 system and having to roll to get a 6 as your only success, kind of gives you that same importance of the dice rolls.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the game is not completely dependent on its mechanics.
Yeah, it's punishing but not relentless.
Right, yeah.
Is what I would say about the combat system and like the skills checks, is because you're only looking for one
Yeah.
most of the time,
Mhm.
and then it's not as bad, and then being able to push your rolls and having stuff like that. But like I said, with Free League, it's pretty difficult to straight up die.
Mm-hmm.
So you have more chances to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you push your rolls, you only need 6 dice to get to a 50% ratio.
Here we go.
That's true.
Oh, my
No,
God.
that
Let's
one,
not
that
start
one
that
I think
again.
I think that one is correct.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 5 or 6. But yeah,
I think it's 4.
It's not.
it's 4 if you push, I believe, because it's a total of 8.
Anyway,
It's punishing, but also rewarding and not relentless in a way that it feels like
Yeah.
there's no reason to be doing it.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
I-
pretty cool.
I like the feeling of the world that they've crafted for this as well.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
feels very lived in. It feels,
Yeah, it's Victorian era, but it's spooky Victorian era. So it wouldn't be unusual for you to have like an evening where everybody shows up for a séance.
yeah.
Like that wouldn't be an unusual occurrence for people from headquarters to go and check it out. So that kind of stuff would be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Overall,
include.
I'm impressed. I think it would definitely, if not a full campaign, it's even just a fun one to pull out and be like, hey, we're gonna spend an evening playing Vaesen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you just kind of you can.
you could
It's
one-shot it
really
pretty
easy to one shot. It seems like
Yes, it
Tell a
definitely
ghost
is.
Story. Yeah, tell a
compared
ghost
to like
story.
Dungeons and Dragons, where like one shots are
Just a term.
6 to
Few
8
and-
It's
games.
just
Yeah.
a term.
Yeah.
few and far. Yeah, one shot is if you finish a one shot, it's because you're showing up at noon and you're up until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like,
It's just a terminology. at
this I
point.
could see you once your players and your GM are properly acclimated to the game. I could see you running a 4-hour session.
Oh, sure, because
Yeah.
if you've done this before, you can make a sheet in about 10 minutes. No problem.
Yeah.
And then you just, as a DM, you just tell the ghost story itself.
Yeah, you're basically
and
just telling
then-
a ghost story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like, and the conclusion can be open ended, and that's part of the ghost story.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's kind of like
ooh, you know,
season 1 of Supernatural, where it's like the monster of the week,
Yeah.
you know, with an overarching. You could literally just weave a bunch of one shots into like an overarching story and really have fun with it.
Yeah, and what I like too is for if you are going to homebrew, because I think there are some campaign books out for Vaesen now, but they have really made this so easy to homebrew. I know you're not gonna be able to see it on the stream.
The tables, they've got tables.
Yeah, they've got a ton of tables, and they recommend like 2 to 3 different conflicts in every single game that you run. So like we had the one with the Revenant versus the Society. We had the father and the daughter and what was happening there. And then you had the history of the father and the mother. So that was kind of your 3 conflicts that you had to find and figure
also
out.
the failures of our predecessors as well.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also written in a really digestible format.
Excuse me.
Because I'm reading up on the Forbidden Lands, and it's more of the same, but a lot of it isn't very confusing.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it really requires like I'll write a couple of notes down because, you know, obviously I don't remember the game mechanics, but the game mechanics themselves are not super confusing. There's a whole with D&D. There's always the debate of rules as written versus rules as intended.
Yes.
I see a lot less of that here.
Yeah.
It's very
Well, yeah, I also think it's a lot less dependent because what you're trying to do normally in this game is like a normal action you would see in real life.
yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah, I
but,
mean,
you know.
like, even if you're doing a ritual, I can see it being like you're making a salt circle, which you can see in real life.
Yeah.
You're not, you know,
You know, like
talking.
calling lightning,
Yeah, right.
Which
yeah.
is
Yeah.
the debate I've had at my table
Yeah.
for a year now, where like what the rules is written is that you have to see a piece of sky,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm like, if you're underground, you can't use call lightning. I think it's either call lightning or it's one of the lightning.
I think it's
Lightning
the,
lure, maybe.
No,
it's,
that's
it's either
me.
call
It's-
lightning
it's
or
not a
like
game.
lightning bolt.
Um,
But
Anyway.
rules is written, it says a piece of sky that you can see, and I get into arguments with one of my
Right.
players about how like I'm like, you're underground, and
It's
they're
not-
like,
yeah,
well, it's
it's kinda-
magic, and I was like, it is magic. However, it specifically states sky. Sorry, you know, I'm just saying you don't see a lot of that here because it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I said it's grounded.
Yeah.
You know, it feels more grounded, and you might not run into the same. I mean, there's always gonna be rules lawyers, and there's gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
you're always gonna be like, well, a shovel could actually withhold, you know.
Yeah.
It seems like you could physically do almost everything that you're about to do, other
Yeah.
than some of the hocus pocus bullshit.
Sure. Yeah.
Which feels
mean-
cool also for role playing because
Right.
it feels more like you're like.
What
kinda
would you
there.
do?
Yeah.
What would actually you do in the
Yeah,
game? which I
it
think
feels
is
cool
nice.
to kill a god in D&D, but it also feels cool to narrowly survive a revenant
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
because you are just you're just some guy.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but I think so. That sounds like thumbs up from everybody around the table.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
definitely
Yes.
give it a try.
Oh yeah, highly recommend.
Just make sure that a little bit of darkness is okay with your table. That'd probably be
Yeah.
my only caveat.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does have horror in the title of the game, like Vaesen, Nordic horror
Yeah.
role playing. So that is something that you are
Just
going
because
to
it's a tabletop
contend
game doesn't mean it's Goosebumps. It's a little more intense.
with. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but game storytellers, game runners, DMs, whatever the word is that you want to use, you get a sense for your table, and I think that if you read this and you're looking at it and you think, oh my goodness, this person probably isn't going to like this very much, then I think there's an easy way to write around
Oh, yeah.
some of that.
Yeah.
Like when we read the journal diaries, you didn't have to read all of those. Like
No,
you
could
could have
you
just
could have moved it around. He's a bad man. You
Right,
Know, you
yeah.
you could.
Father yelled at me again.
Yeah. Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
right, yeah, like
Or you could just leave it in silence too. Another bad thing happened, you
Yeah.
know, and have her not
Yeah.
say what happened
Not
and just
give the
leave it
details.
to the That way
Yeah.
you can have that darkness for whoever the table that enjoys that darkness,
Yeah.
but still not expose somebody that maybe, especially when we're talking about like age groups or whatnot. Sometimes it's just not age appropriate, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is.
I mean,
you
the
know,
whole point is to have a level of fear on this. So whatever your
Right.
fear level is for that
You're absolutely right.
demographic of people,
Yeah.
are probably where it's
Yeah, I
going.
think you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
That's
Some
true.
people just don't like men yelling.
That's it.
That will be
That's
enough.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Father yelled at me. Ugh.
Yeah.
You know?
And that could hit their level.
More than enough to get the heebie-jeebies.
So
Yeah.
maybe just talk to your, because like in D&D, if you have that type of table, you can just do like a Feywild table and just go hang out with some gnomes, and that can be the D&D campaign. Which I don't think
I have an
that you could
intense fear of
really.
gnomes, thank you very much.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I don't go to my garden then. But I don't think that this would lend itself without any of the horror. I think that you do need an aspect of the horror to make this game successful,
Yeah.
which is great for people. Myself, that's fantastic, but that may not be for
Yeah.
the entirety.
Which is strange because like I love horror in an RPG, but I can't watch horror movies. I don't like them.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah.
You know.
I don't, not at all.
But
Yeah,
I love it. Like the creepier,
Yeah, it's not
and
like
spookier you can
Vaesen-
make a
Yeah,
game,
this is
Yeah.
good.
the better.
Yeah, love it. But it's like, watching Hereditary and playing an Eldritch horror, is two very different.
Yeah.
I watched Hereditary and that stuck with me for like a solid 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It wasn't even one of the worst scary movies, but it's just, I think it's because the visuals and the unconsensual just eye rape
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
horror movie
Yeah.
versus sitting down and you can take a break and you can be like, or you can
Yep.
be like, hey, we're not going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lot more
Control over
freedom
the setting.
and control to build the perfect horror game with Vaesen is what
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I'd agree. I just think that
That is my ending
Fantastic.
piece.
So that's going to wrap us up for Vaesen. Final thoughts. Absolutely worth spending your money on. Go pick it up.
Buy
Grab
2 of them. I don't know.
grab the Vaesen initiative cards. Grab those. And I'm pretty sure that I have seen like a version of this cover that's a little bit more blue. So that might be the campaign book that I've seen. But Free League Publishing, check out their website. Just give them a little Google and you'll find your way there. And absolutely pick up Vaesen.
cool.
Good stuff.
Bye.